Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation. We are from Group 3. Beforehand, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Stephen Mark.
Hello everyone, my name is Ruben Rafael Zamzami.
Hello, my name is Puspa Juliana.
My name is Made Sandia Saningrat. You can call me Made or Sandi.
My name is Mark.
Hello, I'm Mariska. Education, science, and technology are provide hope for a better future. But do you know what is education, science, and technology? Education is the systematic formal process through which specialized teachers transmit skills, knowledge, and values to students. Science is the process of using systematic observations to gain knowledge about the physical and social world. And technology is the knowledge, tools, and practices that use scientific or other organized knowledge to achieve some practical goal. Or, in other words, technology puts scientific and other knowledge to use. As we know a long time ago, the education is not like this, that is more flexible, that we can use laptop, internet easily. Previously, education is just a formal school in the traditional class that still use a chalkboard and only few people can attend. But now, as the technology grow up, the system of education changes. Student is more easily to study by the existence of the IoT. The growth in technology and education is happen because of the impact of industrialization on people's lives and society. Society and industrialization means modernizations, where industrialization is the productive processes where fossil fuels and machines are used instead of human or animal muscle power to produce things. And modernization is the economic, social, and cultural changes that occur when a pre-industrial society make the transitions to an advanced industrial society.
Okay, so there are many perspectives on education, science, and technology. And of those perspectives, there are three perspectives regarding the education side, science, and also the technology side, which are the functionalist perspective. Second is the conflict perspective. And lastly, the third is the interactionist theory. So for the functionalist perspective, uh, the perspective itself is also called functionalism, and it is one of major theoretical perspectives in sociology. Uh, it has its origins in the work of Emil Durkheim, who was especially interested in how social order is possible or how society remains relative, relatively stable. And as you can see uh, in the slide, from the functionalist perspective, society is made up of government, media, religion, family, economy, and education. So, as such, it is a theory that focuses on the macro level of social structure rather than the micro level of everyday life. So, all of these aspects make up one society. If one of those roles does not serve its purpose, an institution will die away. When new one needs to evolve or emerge, new aspects of the society will be created to meet the requirements. So, for the conflict perspective, society is defined by a struggle for dominance among social groups and social hierarchies, as there are lower class, middle class, and also the upper and or the elite class. And these groups, they compete for resources. And in the first point, due to the unequal distribution of resources, various classes fight for control of the resources. Naturally, when various classes fight for control of the resources, there will be competition. And the competition over the resources creates conflict. And in turn, conflict creates social change. as there are many strata in the society, obviously there are ones who have power and those who do not have power. The science is regarded quite positively as the foundation of much that is great about the lives of people. For the education, it examines the social interaction in the classroom, on the playground, and in other school venues. So, what happened in the classroom is the opinions of teachers about students will influence how much students learn. As for the technology, it is a little bit the same with science and technology goes hand in hand. So for the technology, it is the potential for a better future, and it is symbolized by technology.
So, as its role, education is an attempt at leveling the playing field by allowing those in poor classes a chance to move up. However, it fails in many critical ways. For example, education is costly. Better schools mean better equipment, better teachers, all of which remain beyond the pay grade of the poverty line. Thus, people of lower classes has fewer opportunities to get access for higher education. This case explains that educational institutions are organized such that they also can perpetuate patterns of social inequality. While according to the conflict perspective, powerful forces in educational institutions work towards social reproduction, or passing social and economic inequalities on from one generation to the next and thus perpetuating the existing stratification system. So certainly education is affect the person's economic position in society. Then here are 5 areas problems in education in the United States. They are the credential race, tracking, effectiveness or low performance, and dropouts, race, ethnicity, and segregation, and violence in the schools. So the first is credential race. We believe that degree is important to get the job. Based on the conflict theories, they argue that this credential race occurs because some groups have a vested interest in placing greater emphasis on the importance of educational degrees. Credential race can be seen as a hidden dimension of race and class inequality, which the disadvantage have an impact on low class or the less affluent. The second is tracking or ability grouping. So tracking is relatable with the assumption that students will be able to learn if they are in the classroom with others who have equal ability. However, the tracking system can be dangerous. Research shows that there are some issues which suggest that tracking decisions are made on the basis of stereotypes about social class and race, and that racism may influence the outcome. For example, in the United States, lower class students and minority students are considerably more likely to be placed in the lower tracks than other students. The third is effectiveness or low performance and dropouts. So students can fail both by the school and the educational system. Although some students attend good schools and get an excellent education, other students are definitely failed by the education system. While students who are especially likely to be failed by the schools are those from low-income families, those whose parents have low educational attainment, those from single-parent families, and those who cannot speak English well. It can be seen in this graph from U.S. Bureau of Census year 2011, which the percentage of high schools dropouts is dominated by Hispanic American. The fourth is race, ethnicity, and segregation. So many minority students feel isolated and alienated in majority white schools. In the United States, this problem is driven by some programs to promote school integration, which has become controversial because it is considered inherently racist by the minorities. And the fifth is violence in the school. So crime and violence are more serious problems in large schools, urban schools, and in schools with large minority population. So according to the U.S. Department of Education, in 2013, National Center for Education statistic has documented that 85% of all US public schools experience at least one episode of crime during the school year, and 17% had at least one serious violent crime incident. And there are 725,000 incidents without a weapon and 14,000 incidents with a weapon. And today, 6% of US high schools have metal detectors to search for guns.
Okay, so let us get into the problems of science and technologies. There are five major problems in science and technologies: unemployment, alienation, loss of control, loss of privacy, and genetic engineering. The fear of machines to replace humans have been an issue for years. We all know that science and technologies speed up the inventions of machineries and computers to help humans in their work. Science and technology shift the needs of human resources from time to time, meaning that with the advance of technology, the ability of humans in the work will shift as well. Let's talk about the alienation. In the definition itself, alienation is defined as the feeling that one is powerless to control one's surroundings. It means that science and technologies ease human workloads. However, most works are repetitive and boring. Because of this, machineries and automations create a feeling of alienation to the workers. They would feel like they're just cogs in the industry. This is very dangerous for the mental health of the workers since they can't pursue their dreams and they can only continue to the system.
The problem is loss of control. The meaning of loss of control is a condition where humans are unable to regulate or control of the technology and the science. This thing would be a problem because it makes the technology or science to provide benefit, but in fact, it brings disaster to humans themselves. And the second one is humans are more active in cyberspace than in the real world. The meaning is human just have activity and active in the technology and so on, like maybe in the social media and the other. But in the real world, human just passive and thinking or their logic. After that, there is a loss of privacy. Yeah, this thing is the consequences of technology because in the technology or in the internet, especially, there is many things we upload about our privacy information like our that. So there is too many personal information that we upload to internet or technology. Okay, this is the genetic engineering. Should we play God? Yeah. In the question, why the question is should we play God? Because if we do the genetic engineering, so we change the what it can be said like the in bahasa is the kodrat, yeah, like that. The what is already exciting in nature, we change it based on human desire, and maybe this thing can make several things, yeah, maybe in good thing or bad thing. But here we will discuss about the bad effect of the genetic engineering.
And there's two things about future prospects, such as the future prospect on reform and trends in education and science and technology. An introduction for reform and trends in education is educators and lay people alike seem to be constantly tinkering with the U.S. educational system, and there are many ideas for reforms to make it more effective. And on this section, we're going to explore this innovation in the U.S. The parental choice on charter school. Uh, why do parents choose charter school than normal school? And the answer for that is because charter school offer more managerial and curricular freedom than normal school. But does the student perform much more better than normal school? And the answer is sadly, as far as grades go, no. They're not performing in that aspect of education as far as grades go. But uh, pretty much, but they're pretty much equal on grades and stuff. Homeschooling has been around for a while now, and many parents and sometimes children force their parent to enter them into homeschooling for different reasons. Due to the advancements of technology, it is easier to learn new thing just by the click of a button, and it's easier to contact other person from the other side of the world, different continent and nation. And because of this, online schooling was born, and it's amazing that you can do pretty much anything uh, at at online schooling, such as taking tasks, listening to lecture, etc. And because of not normal public school, but more of Catholic school in general, so social science researcher has shown that students from Catholic school perform better than children from public school, and the reason for this, one of this reason is Catholic school has more stronger discipline, which which give the teacher more authority and make children more obedient and respect figure of authority more. Early childhood intervention. There are many critics in the US who recommend devoting more resource to help early educational experience of young children, especially low-income children. And in 1960, since Coleman report in 1960, research has documented that children that are handicapped at school because back at home they don't have proper learning environment, and there are programs that overcome this handicap. This program is called Head Start. This program helps poor children prepare for school. While cost is going to be expensive for this program, it's going to be an expense well worth spending, especially for low-income children. Right, school integration. Uh, this Because of Coleman report conclusion on the negative effect of school segregation, effort has been made to improve school integration in 1960s. And the real question is, has it worked? Yes, overall, school integration has made modest improvement in school achievement by African American students. The reason why the improvement is not, and it's not uniformly positive, and there are reason for that, and that because of many factors such as racial tension in school, family background, low income stuff, and etc. Right. Next. With every subject on this world, there are things that people argue on, and especially with the advancement of science technology, there are two sides for this argument. People who support technological advancement and people who doesn't support technological advancement. For people who support technological advancement, people who support technological advancement believe that if such low technology lifestyle were adopted on widespread scale, it would probably represent a step backward with a few would want to take. While people who doesn't support technological advancement believe that a simpler way of life that does not depend on elaborate technological advancement or innovation, appropriate technology is a technology appropriate to the human scale, to what people can comprehend and relate to. It will be technology that is limited in size, decentralized, and responsive to human values and needs. Technology assessment. Assessment refers to research that study the impact of technology on our physical, social, and ethical environment, and it seeks solution to social problems that arise from technological development. Technology assessment use extensive forecasts, which makes it possible to decide if the negative outweigh the benefits of the technology and leave the technology Futurology. Futurology is more of a term for people that that believe in technological advancement. So they are the exact opposite of Back to the Earth group of people. Futurology is filled with people who are optimistic about the future and the role of science on shaping the future. And these people believe that with rapid technological advancement, culture and social life have to adapt to these changes.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
And
you.
goodbye. Bye.
Thank you.